We, the jury, assess his punishment at confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Institutional Division for a period of life.
Life in prison. Just moments ago, family members reacting to the jury's decision. George de la Cruz will spend the rest of his life in prison. Now, less than 24 hours after convicting him for murdering his wife, Julianne Gonzalez, her body has still not been found. The estranged couple has a young daughter. All things the jury has been asked to consider before making their decision. KXAN's Chris joining us live from the Travis County Courthouse with more on the decision. Chris.
This sentence was just announced, life in prison for George de la Cruz, and then there was a heated exchange between the two families. Just prior to the sentence being read, the jury returned it thinking about Layla, the young daughter involved with this estranged couple. She was 2-year-old at the time of her mother's disappearance, and both sides asked that Layla be taken into consideration when returning this sentence. George de la Cruz's mother said Layla loves her father, that he loves her, and they need each other. The defense pointed out he had no criminal history, but the prosecutors said de la Cruz used his daughter to lure her mother to her death and then tried to use the daughter to get a lesser sentence. Gonzalez's mother, Sandra Soto, was on the stand again, talked about the mother-daughter relationship that was lost. Things like old clothes and hairbrushes are handed down to keep the memory of a mother alive for a daughter who barely knew.
But she holds on to anything that her mom gave her because she wants to know what her mom was like.
Soto family is leaving the courthouse. This is the verdict that appears that they wanted once it was announced that George de la Cruz would spend the rest of his life in prison. There were some hugs. Sandra Soto put her hands towards the ceiling as if to pray, and then on the way, as George de la Cruz was being led from the courtroom, members of the de la Cruz family yelled out, "We love you, George." That brought a response from the Gonzalez family saying, "Rot in prison, George." The whole exchange we'll have it a little bit later today on KXAN News. But once again, George de la Cruz will spend the rest of his life in prison for the murder of Julianne Gonzalez, who has not been found since that disappearance on March 26, 2010. We're live at the Travis County Justice Complex. Chris, KXAN News.